Yes, people. So today I'm going to explain how to get 37 times better per year with small 1% improvements daily. I got this idea from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. Let's get into it. So first, you see this graph here. This shows what will happen if you get 1% better every day for a year. It will start to compound and you will blow up. So it just starts to explode. It's 37 times better per year. If you can get 1% better each day, you're going to be 37 times better over the year. But it goes the same way if you get 1% worse. You go down to 0. If you can get 1% better each day, that will equal to 37 times better per year. Success is the result of small changes compounding over time. For example, if you go to the gym once, you won't see anything. But if you keep turning up week after week, month after month, you'll slowly start to begin to see changes. Even if you turn up for 10, 15 minutes a day, it's about them 1% improvements every single day. So showing up consistently, even if you just go there 5, 10 minutes, it's about keep showing up, keep putting the effort in, even if it's a little bit, you just got to show up. That's literally it. A lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm going to spend 2 hours in the gym, 3 hours in the gym, I'm going to go crazy. And they never go back. Just go for 10 minutes. Don't do too much. And then that way you're going to keep going. And then slowly over time, you can start to build it up. That's how I've done it myself. Or even something like reading. I started off reading 2-4 pages every single night. Anyone can do that. But the point is just building it into a routine. Keep doing it every single night, 2 to 4 minutes, until it becomes part of your identity. So we get onto this here. You must focus on building the right habits. For example, if you want to feel less stressed, have more energy, etc., you should build a meditation practice. 15 minutes per day. So, like I was explaining before, anybody can stick to 15 minutes. Anybody. Like, if you just do 5-10 minutes before you sleep, but you do it every night, over time, that's going to start to compound. You're going to see serious results. But it's only after months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months of doing it every single day, that small amount, where you're going to see noticeable changes. And that's what it's all about, really. Even copywriting. Say you wanted to learn copywriting, instead of dedicating this crazy routine, let me go all in 4 hours, 3-4 hours. It's not needed. It's not needed at all. If you could learn 30 minutes a day, an hour a day, and you could just do that consistently over a period of time, bro, you'd blow up. Like, you'd see serious results. Like I was explaining, success is not about massive once-off changes. People often think that you need massive once-off action to become rich or successful. This is not the case in the slightest. Success depends entirely upon your habits. You're literally a walking bag of habits. Your body is a reflection of your eating habits and your exercise habits. So what you look like today depends on the exercise you've done, how well you've looked after yourself, the food you've eaten. Is directly reflected. It's a manifestation. And this is like anything. Your business health, your knowledge, is what are your habits? It's what the work you've put in every single day. And you haven't got to put in crazy amount of work. If there's something you want to achieve, figure out, how can I do this in 10, 15 minutes a day? Even 5 minutes. But it's over time, doing them small changes. If you see that graph from before, it's really when it starts to compound. Change your identity and prove it to yourself with small wins. So the goal is not to read a book, but to change your identity to somebody who reads books. Become a reader. So for example, when I first started reading, probably about a year ago, I hated it. I didn't want to do it. I disliked it. I thought, I'm not a reader. I can't concentrate. I had these beliefs. It's not for me. Boom, boom, boom. But I read this book, Atomic Habits, and I changed my mind completely. Like, I just showed up every single day and I just read 2 pages before bed. But over time, I started to reprogram myself subconsciously, and now I identify as someone that reads books. I'm a reader. So it just becomes part of your identity. It just becomes normal. You want to read because it's part of who you are. So if you can just, any habit, like say you want to start reading books, fit it in 2-4 pages before bed and just do a little bit. And over time, start increasing it, but just fit a little bit in where you can. And over time, it will start to compound. And that's when you see the good results. Even something like losing weight. If you can turn up to the gym for 10 minutes every single day and just do it to the point where you enjoy yourself. Like as soon as it starts feeling hard, just stop. That way you're going to want to go back. Like don't kill yourself like for hour crazy workout. Then you're not going to want to go back. Just do a little bit. Do what you can do. And then leave there, come back the next day, and that's how you do it. You keep showing up. So over the long term, you can be consistent. There's no point doing this once-off massive change. It's being consistent over the long term. That's how I do it. That's how successful people do it. They put in the work consistently over the long term, and that's literally it. That is literally it. You just need to put in the work consistently over the long term, and that is literally it. Even if it's small wins every single day. So here we get onto the plateau of latent potential. So I'm going to show you this graph to illustrate what I mean. So say for example, you're building a business and at first you can see no results. This is the hardest part because look, there's nothing going on. It's very slow. You don't see anything going on and you think, oh, it's kind of a waste of time. Maybe it's not going to work. But if you can just stick at it, it blows up. And this is like any habits, like meditation. You're doing it, I can't really see much. It's kind of a waste of time. Most people quit here in this part. They think it should be like this, up, steady. This is not what happens. You don't really see much results, but then when the results start coming in, it starts going crazy, it starts to compound. So the hardest part is to get through here. If you can have the discipline to get through here, when you get here, you're going to feel motivated because you got the results. It's like going to the gym. Once you start seeing a good body here, start coming in, you're going to be motivated to want to do it. So you got the small 1% changes are not often noticed at first, but over time the results really start to compound. You'll be shocked the results you will achieve with daily 1% improvements. For example, if you want to learn Spanish and you dedicated 20 minutes per day to learning and studying the language, in a year's time you'd be very proficient. So at first you might not see too much, but if you could stick to 15-20 minutes every single day for a year, 2 years, the amount of progress you would have made would have been crazy. Rather than you doing, right, let me smash out 2 hours in one day, and you can do that once, twice a week and you don't even stick to it. But if you can do something you can stick to 10-15 minutes every single day, and you can stick to that over a period of time, that's when you really start to see the good results. Even if you want to learn trading, instead of trying to do this crazy learning, all this, like, if you're like, okay, right, every time I get home from work or every time before I go to bed, let me just watch 10-15 minutes of videos. Over time, it's going to start to compound. But the most important thing, you need to stick to it every single day. You can't take a day off no matter how you feel. If you miss a day, you need to get back. You need to get back next day straight away. Because when you miss a day, it's the most dangerous. But if you just stick to the habit every single day, it's easy to do. It's just easy. It's like, okay, I'm doing this now. It's not even a thing. It's just like, okay, yeah, this is what I'm doing. Boom, quick. But if you miss a day, you've got to decide whether you want to do it. But if it's part of your habits, it's just who you are. So if you miss a day, get straight back to it next day. Most important thing. The hardest part is when you first start because you have no results. For example, when you first start the gym, it will be hard because you have no results. But over time, when you start to see the results, it will become a lot easier. So when you first start going and you're still out of shape, you still ain't got a good body, etc., it's going to be hard. The first few months, you're like, I don't really see no progress. Maybe I've got bad genetics, boom, 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 etc. Like all these excuses people tell themselves. But if you can just push through that initial hard first part, then it just becomes easy. Like once you start seeing the results, even like building a business. If you're building a business and at first you're making no money and you don't really see no results, but if you can push through that first part, like once you start getting paid, you're going to be motivated. When you start seeing the money coming in, you're gonna have all the motivation you need. And it's literally as simple as that. So you need to have the discipline for the first part to just get through that first part. And then once you start getting paid and you start seeing the results, it's literally the same with anything. Then it becomes easy, you're motivated. So it's just the most important part is to push through that first part. With the gym, I love the gym. I've seen the results and it's part of my identity. I show up, I don't miss days, I enjoy it. And that's literally it. It's as simple as that. This applies for anything. Building a business, gym, building a YouTube channel, anything. You just need to keep showing up when you've got no results. And then once you get the results, it becomes easy. You'll be motivated. And that's literally it. All of the principles from this book was inspired by the book Atomic Habits. I would highly recommend to get it. It definitely changed my life for real. If you do have any questions, comment them. Apart from that, have a good day.